Hey, come on. What do you think you're doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing? I'm hammering.
Now it's almost 10:30. Any minute now, the director's going to be here for the rehearsal.
Well, we got to work too, you know.
The history of the drama, from the prehistoric goat dance through the urbane socio-political tragedies of the late 19th century, has shown us the evolution of the hero from divine to royal to middle class, from mythical to romantic to realistic. Evolution neither omits steps nor halts. Thus, the depiction of reality led inevitably to the question, what is reality? Coming after Darwin, Marx, and Freud, dramatists asked this question in a different frame of mind, without many of the assumptions which in the past had made it an intellectual rather than an existential puzzle. It is a question that many modern novelists, as well as dramatists, are still using as the theme and substance of their work, as well as a philosophy for shaping its structure. Thus, the new drama threw out the old concept of beginning, middle, and end, of problem, denouement, and resolution. Artists have always concerned themselves with the disparity between appearance and reality. Now, using the metaphor of the stage in a work for the stage, Pirandello probes the distinction between reality and life.
Now, as you can see, we've laid the set out on the floor here. Here's the main exit. Here's the kitchen. Now, I want everybody to enter and exit from this side. Put the doors in the back and the curtains...
Excuse me, please.
What is it? What's this? I'm rehearsing now. You know no one's allowed to interrupt a rehearsal. Who are they? What do they want?
We are here in search of an author.
An author?
Well, if there is no author here, unless you would like to be our author.
Me? What are you people, clowns? Is this some kind of a joke?
No! Who said it was? A serious and painful drama. A tragedy.
One that could make your fortune.
Look, you want to do something for me? Get out. Get out now. I don't have time to waste with a bunch of crazy people.
Wait! Don't be so... You yourself know that life is crazy, full of absurdities. While you yourselves work at making something appear true, even though it isn't. As a game, almost. Well, isn't that your function? To give life on stage to people who never lived, who never could have lived?
In other words, we're crazy for being in the theater. Ha!
No. You just shouted that you had no time to waste on a bunch of crazy people. It's a strange thing to say. Especially for you, who understands, because of your art, how nature uses our imagination, our fantasies.
All right. What point are you trying to make?
No point. I'm just trying to show you that we are born to life in many ways, many forms, as trees, water, rocks, butterflies, women. And sometimes we are born as characters, even characters in a play.
Naturally, you and these people here are born characters.
Exactly. And alive, as you see us. Well, I'm sorry to see you laughing like that because we bring with us a painful and powerful drama.
Look, what do you want here?
Why, we want to live!
For all eternity, I suppose.
No, only for a moment. In you.
What are they talking about? They want to live in us. Thank you.
I'll consider it if she'll persuade me.
Look, the play is here. That's exactly why we came to you.
Well, where's your script?
It's in us. Yes, the drama is in us. And we are desperate to get it out. Our passions are driving us to do so.
Yes, gentlemen. Our passions. My passions. If you only knew the passions I have for him.
Stay where you belong for now and stop that laughing.
Hey! What do you think this is, a two-bit strip joint? Tell me that one. she all right? Is she a little off, you know, mad?
Mad? No. She is much worse than mad.
Worse than mad. Nothing else, just worse. Listen, let us do this play. Let us do it now, and then you will see. In the name of these two children, I implore you. I beg. Oh, God.
A chair!
Oh, my
Quick,
God.
a chair for this
chair,
poor
please.
widow! Yes. Look, gentlemen, look.
No, God, stop it.
Let them see.
Oh, gentlemen, please, please stop him from doing what he wants. Stop it, because to me it's horrible.
Now, I really don't understand what the hell is going on. Who is this woman?
Why, she's my wife.
Then how is she a widow if you're alive?
No, don't laugh. Don't laugh, for God's sake. This is exactly our drama. You see it here. She had another man. He ought to be here, but...
No, oh no. It's his good luck to be dead. For 2 months now. That's why we're in mourning.
Can you believe this mess?
No, they're giving it to us. Who needs it?
I certainly don't.
Now, let's listen a while. Let's listen.
Yes. Let's listen to this gush of philosophy.
You are a cynical idiot, and I've told you 100 times. He mocks me, gentlemen. He mocks me for the words I used to explain.
Words. Words, words.
Yes! Words, words. Oh, to find a word. It may say nothing at all, but with it, we can soothe ourselves.
And soothe our remorse, too. Quickly. That's the important thing.
Remorse? No. I need more than words to soothe my remorse.
Of course. For that also you need a little money. Well, not much. Just a little, perhaps $10. The $10 he was going to pay me.
This is disgusting. It's bile.
Vile. Disgusting? But there they were. 10 of them. In a little embossed envelope on that mahogany table in the back room of Madame Pache's establishment. New, crisp bills.
And you think you bought the right to tyrannize us forever with those $10? He never gave it to you anyway. Not actually, because by luck or whatever, in the end, there was no longer a reason. Listen to this, gentlemen. There was no longer a reason for him to pay.
But it was close. Oh, shame. My own daughter, shame. Shame. You mean revenge. My revenge. I am shuddering with delight at the thought of reliving that scene. The room, here. The rack of clothes there. The chaise here. The screen. And the mirror. And in front of the window, the mahogany chest with the embossed envelope. I can see it. I can almost touch it. Oh, but you gentlemen ought to turn your backs. I'm almost naked. But I'm not blushing anymore, because he's blushing now. But I can assure you, he was pale, very pale at that particular moment. Believe me, all of you, especially you, Mr. Director. Believe me.
Believe you? I can't believe this is happening.
I defy you, even though I'm assaulted like this. Yes, that's what it is, assaulted. I defy you. And you, sir, you are in charge. Impose a little order here. Give me a chance to speak before you hear any more of this slander, this viciousness she would have you believe of me without knowing any of the extenuating circumstances. Oh, I could explain all.
Don't you tell it now.
I'm not telling anything. I just want to explain.
Oh, yes, of course, explain. And make yourself the hero.
Is everything in this world evil? Even the words we use to... We may believe we understand each other, but we never do. Look how my sympathy and pity for this woman has been misunderstood as the most vicious cruelty.
But you yourself drove me away.
There. You hear? It seems to her I drove her away.
For God's sake, excuse me. But would someone mind telling me whether we are going to rehearse today?
Of course we are. Now, just let me listen now.
Just be patient. After all, it is something new.
It's so interesting.
I'm sure it is, if your taste happens to run that way.
But it's necessary that you explain it to us very clearly.
All right, listen. I had living with me this poor man, my assistant, my secretary, full of devotion. A devotion which was matched in all ways by her. And without a hint of evil. Both were good, were humble. Incapable, either one of them, of not only thinking evil, but doing evil.
So he thought it for them.
No, it's not true. I intended it for their good, and also for mine. Yes, I admit that. I had arrived at a point where I was unable to speak a word to either one of them without their immediately exchanging knowing looks, seeking out each other's eyes to see how they should respond to me. Well, this was enough, as you can understand, to keep me in a continual rage, in a state of intolerable exasperation.
Why didn't you just throw him out, this secretary?
But that's exactly what I did. I threw him out. And then I saw this poor woman staying in my house like one who is lost, like an animal without a master.
Liar.
Is it true? My son, you tell them.
Oh, he tore that child from my breast, gentlemen.
But not from cruelty. To help him. To make him strong and healthy.
You mean like that?
Stop it! Let me listen, for God's sake.
I found I could no longer bear to be near this woman, but not from disgust, but because of the pain, because of the anguishing pain her very existence forced on me.
So he sent me away.
Provided for in everything, even though it was to him I sent her, that other man, to make her totally free of me.
And to free himself of me.
Yes, to free myself. It's true, I admit that. And so much evil came from it. But I did it with good intentions, and thinking more for her good than for mine, that I swear.
We've heard this before, you know, many times.
Naturally. Because it's fiction. Literature.
What fiction? This is life. This is flesh and blood life.
Perhaps, but it won't play.
The drama is coming now, and like nothing you've ever heard before. New, complex, totally original.
My father was hardly dead.
It was tragic, gentlemen. They returned here without my knowing, without letting me know.
Oh, tell me, how could I have known he had any feeling for us?
That was exactly your mistake, your inability to know that I had any feeling at all.
But after all that had happened, after all those years of separation.
It wasn't possible for me to know what was happening, or to follow them. So naturally, my interest lessened. And this is the drama, gentlemen. Unexpected and violent. It begins with their return here, when I, unfortunately driven by the beastliness of this flesh, oh, Christ, what misery. Imagine a man alone, who is not yet so old he can do without a woman, and no longer so young he can easily go in search of one without shame. Oh, gentlemen, each one of us on the surface, showing ourselves to others, is dressed in a dignity. But inside ourselves, how well we know what goes on. The needs, the urges, the acts we would perform that are too vile to... But we fall. We fall. And to raise ourselves afterwards, to hurriedly rebuild some shred of our dignity, we close our eyes. We blind ourselves.
And when one no longer closes one's eyes, when one no longer feels the need of hiding from herself the ugliness of her own shame, and sees instead with eyes dulled to feelings the look of a man who without a trace of love has blinded himself. What disgust then at all the philosophizing.
I could not know that when the other man died and they returned in poverty, I could not know that to provide for the children, she would have to go to work for that Madame Pache.
The most elegant of dressmakers. She caters the very finest of ladies, it seems. But, you know how that is, don't you, Jen?
Will you believe me that the thought, the possibility never entered my mind that whore gave me work because she had plans for my daughter?
Oh, poor Mama. You know, she used to do that elegant Madame Pache. As soon as I brought her the work, she used to make up a bill for the material my mother had used, and she deducted it. I paid for everything. While this poor, foolish woman here thought she was sacrificing herself for me and the others, sewing all night for Madame Pache.
And it was there? There one day that you met him?
Him. Yes, him. An old client. You see what a fine scene you'll have to play.
She was there, too.
She was there, but not in time.
Yes, in time. Because I recognized her in time. And this is my drama, gentlemen. Exactly this. It would be an atrocious injustice to judge us only by one single horrible moment. Hooked, suspended for what seems a lifetime in only one act. Our total being. No. And now you can understand the lies of this girl. She surprised me in an act, in a place. She ought never to have known me in those circumstances. And from this fleeting, perhaps most shameful moment of my life, she wants to give me a reality, a definition. It is absolutely unfair. And this I feel above all else, the unfairness, the injustice. And I brought them all back to my house. To my house! Oh, you can imagine our situation, mine and hers, confronting each other. I was not able to look her in the face. And now you will see how the drama will acquire the highest nobility and significance. But first, the others. The situation of the others comes first. This one.
Leave me alone. I'm not a part of it.
Why aren't you a part of it?
I'm not a part of it. And I don't want to be a part of it. Because you know very well I was not made to play a part here among them.
You ought to be spat on. I wasn't asking for recognition of shared blood, but simple consideration of one human being for another. But we were the intruders who came to upset and infect the kingdom of the legitimate one.
Consider it from my point of view, gentlemen. There I was sitting in my house, and one day they appear. They come one by one, each of them arrogant, with their eyes high. She asks for my father, treating him as if he had somehow acquired for himself this mysterious obligation.
But I did have an obligation on account of your mother.
And how was I supposed to know that? When had I ever seen her? When had I even heard her spoken of? I saw her appear one day with her, and with that boy, and with that little girl. They say to me, after all, you know, she's your mother too. Then I begin to understand from their behavior why they have come into the house. Gentlemen, believe me, what I feel, I cannot and will not say. So as you can see, this cannot call for any action on my part. Believe me, I am not a character fully realized dramatically and don't belong. I have no place at all among them. Let them leave me alone.
But if you are, as you really say...
What do you know about who I am? You never bothered yourself with me.
You are in the middle of the whole thing. It pivots on you. See that little boy who was always so close to his mother? Terrified, humiliated. He's like that because of him. Or perhaps his situation is the worst. To feel yourself out of place, received in a house as if through charity.
You don't know how difficult it'll be to get a performance like that out of a child actor.
It won't be bad. He won't be on stage long. Even the girl won't be.
Yes. Yes, I can see you. You have material for a play here.
With a character like me in it?
Be quiet. Let him think. It's new. Yes, very new.
Let me tell you, it'll take courage to try something like this, and we don't have an author. Well, maybe we should forget it.
No. You be the author.
Me? What are you talking about?
Yes, you. Why not?
Well, it does tempt me, if only as an exercise. Why don't we try it? Just to see. Come Come with me into my office. Now, the rest of you, take a break and don't wander off too far. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Well, 15 minutes at the most. Now, perhaps this may really turn out to be something.
No, it'll be extraordinary. Oh, they should come too.
Well, of course. Of course. Come along. Now, remember, I said 15 minutes. All right, everybody, let's go now. Come on now, we're going to start. Let's start with the scene between the father and the stepdaughter, Madame Pache's.
Excuse me, I'd like to know exactly what we're going to ask.
Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to improvise.
Then what are we going to do?
Nothing right now. Just keep your eyes and ears open. We'll get a script later. For now, just watch them rehearse.
Us? Why should we rehearse?
Lay out the parts for the actors.
But if we are the characters...
Yes, you are the characters, but here the characters don't perform. Here the actors perform. The characters are in the script, or will be if we ever get around to having a script. Gary, get me a blue envelope for the father to use in the bordello. Ron. Okay, you play the son. Sorry, sugar. And you, Catherine, naturally will play the stepdaughter.
What, me played by that woman?
What are you laughing at?
Don't you dare laugh at me, you little... You show me some respect, or I'm leaving.
I wasn't laughing at you. I'm sorry.
Now, you should consider it an honor to be played by...
That woman.
No, I didn't mean it that way. I just meant that... Well, I don't see myself in you. You don't resemble me at all.
That's it. That's it. Our lives, our essences.
Oh, leave me alone with your essences. Are they so unique? It's material, and it must be shaped by my actors who've been trained to give it body and form, voice, gesture. Now, if we succeed in staging this at all, the credit will belong entirely to my actors, believe me.
But...
Now, don't interrupt, please, and just listen. Victor. Here's the actor who plays you, as you yourself never hoped to be. And that's all there is to it.
Well, I don't wish to insult your actors. God knows I don't. But when I think of seeing myself represented by...
By me, if that's all right with you.
Oh, it's a privilege, an honor. But I wonder, can you... No, no matter how hard you work with all your art, with all your talent, can you become me? You're...
Go ahead, say it.
Don't waste any more time now. We've got to get started.
All right. All right, we'll do it. Now, you go over there and make your entrance. No, don't go out there. Pretend you've already come in.
Beast. Oh, stop it. For God's sake, stop it.
Calm yourself. Calm yourself.
I told you she can't be here at the beginning of this scene.
No, let me stay. I'll be quiet.
All right. Okay, now, let's get it from the top now.
I stand here with my head lowered, modestly. Well, you must change your voice. Speak in that special tone and say, "Good afternoon, my dear." Now, go over there and come in.
Hey, who's directing here, you or me? No, don't go out again. Just pretend you've already come in. Speak to her in that special tone. Say, "Good afternoon, my dear," and get ready to write it down. And all right, now from the top now.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Good afternoon.
Oh, you really are young, aren't you? This isn't the first time for you here. I mean, the first time that you...
No, it isn't the first time.
You've been here before? More than once? Well, then you shouldn't hide like this for shame. Let me take off your hat.
Oh, no, please, I'll take it off myself.
Oh, God. God!
Here, give it to me. Oh, but really, a lovely little head like yours should have a prettier hat. Would you like to help me choose one for you? From Madame Pache's selection. May I?
Hey, wait a minute, that's my hat.
Quiet. This is a rehearsal. Go on, please.
No, I couldn't really.
No, don't say no. I want you to accept it as a gift. You'll hurt me if you don't. And there are some lovely ones here, look. Madame Pache would be so pleased. She purposely put them here on display.
No, but look, I couldn't wear that one.
You're thinking of what they might say at home if you came in with a new hat. Does it matter? People at home always talk.
No, it isn't for that. I couldn't take it because... Well, as you see, I'm in mourning.
Mourning? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, of course you are in black. Excuse me, I should have noticed. I am sorry.
Please don't be embarrassed. I should be thanking you for your kindness, not... Please, forget what I said. It's better for me not to think about how I'm dressed.
Hold it! Hold it, wait. Fantastic. Just cut that last line. Leave that last line out. Fantastic. You're really great. Now we'll take over. Great little scene, wasn't it, kids?
No, but why can't we go on? It gets better now.
Just have a little patience, will you? It should be done naturally with a little lightness.
Sort of sensitive but sexy, right?
It's simple enough. Can we try it now?
Why not? I'll make my entrance.
Where are you going?
To put on my hat.
Good. Just sit over here.
But she's not dressed in black.
I will be at the proper time, and more in character than you.
Quiet, you. You may learn something. Okay. Make your entrance.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Oh, no. No!
Quiet! You. Finish that laughing once and for all. Get it over with. We'll never get anywhere this way.
She just sat there. If she had really been me, she would have burst out laughing, too.
She's right. His tone, his air.
What air? What tone? Now step aside and let me watch this.
Well, if I'm to play an old man coming into a whorehouse...
But don't listen to them. It's going very well. Let's do it again.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This isn't the first time for you here?
This isn't the first time for you here, I hope.
Oh, not I hope. Not I hope.
I heard him say, I hope.
Now, what's the difference whether he says it or not? It's implied in the tone. Now let's do it again. And this time, please, make it just a little less obvious.
No, sir. It isn't the first time for me here.
You've been here.
You've been here before? More than once.
Now wait until she nods yes.
You've been here before.
Oh, my God. What's wrong now?
Nothing. Nothing.
Go on. Go on.
More than once. Well, then you shouldn't hide like this. Here, let me help you with your hat.
That is it. I am not going to play the fool for that little bitch there.
She's absolutely right. That is it.
Now, I told you to stop it. Now, stop it!
I'm sorry. I am sorry.
Still too far. You presume too much.
All right, I won't laugh anymore. The best part is coming now. Please, I won't laugh anymore.
Good. All right, let's take it again. Now, when you say, forget what I said, it's better for me if that you say quickly, yes, I understand, and immediately ask her.
Ask? Ask what?
The reason for your mourning.
No. No. When I said he didn't have to worry about my being in mourning, do you know what he said? He said, good. Then take it off. Then get out of that mourning dress right now.
Oh, beautiful. Just wonderful. That's all we need to have the audience shout us right off the stage.
But it's the truth.
Truth? What truth? This is the theater. Truth doesn't mean a damn thing here.
What am I supposed to do then?
You'll see if you'll just be quiet for a moment and let me show you.
No, don't you show me. I don't want to know about it. I'm sick of your stupid reasoning, your justifications, each one more vile and cruel than the next. What do they do but reduce me to being like this or like that? What are you trying to do? Trying to make a sentimental scene out of this? With him asking, why do you mourn, little child? And I reaping answer, because my father is dead? No. No, no. He's got to say what he said. Good. Then take it off. Then get out of that mourning dress now. And I, with all this grief still alive in my heart, must go there. See behind that screen. My fingers trembling from shame and hate. I must unbutton my blouse. I must discard my mourning.
Good God, what do you want from us?
The truth. The truth.
All right, I'll give you some truth. I understand your suffering, but you've got to understand an audience can understand only so much. Only so much is possible.
It's not possible. And I'm not possible. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Wait a minute.
What do you want to do? Mix everything up to what's permissible on the stage, to what they can do, or what they out there will accept? Now I understand. Thank you. But I want to give you my drama. I want to give you me.
Yes, you. But there's not just you, you know. I hate to break in on your little illusion, but there are other dramas here. His, hers. Now look, it's in your own interest to hold something of yourself back. Otherwise, you'll lose your audience. You'll repel them. Especially when you openly admit that you've been a whore. Well, that there were others before him.
Very well. We are here now without any public to watch us. Tomorrow you will give what you think is our drama, playing it as you wish. But do you really want to see this play? Do you really want to know what it's like to be us?
Of course. Of course we do. Nothing would be better for us than to get as much as we can from you.
Then send her away if you really mean it.
Oh, no. Oh, no, don't do that, please.
Just a minute. Come. Just for 1
No,
minute.
I won't go away.
But if...
I can't go away.
But it's already happened. Why can't you?
No, it is happening. It did happen, and it is happening. Now, constantly. My suffering isn't over. I'm alive in here. In every moment, my torment renews itself. In every second, it's ripping my flesh. Alive and with me always. These two little ones here, have you heard them speak? No, because they can no longer speak. And they've hooked themselves into me to make sure I don't escape any of the suffering due me. But for themselves, they are nothing anymore. And this one, who ran away from it, who couldn't run away from me fast enough, and who's now lost. If now I see her here, it's only to accuse me. For that only is she here. To remind me of the agony I'm suffering. Even for her.
The eternal moment. As I told you, she is here to seize me, to fix me, to hold me on the edge of that little fleeting moment, the most shameful one of my life. It cannot be renounced. You dare not spare me the suffering of it.
Spare you? I want this to be the nucleus of the whole first act, right up to the moment where the mother comes in.
Yes, because that's my condemnation, gentlemen. All our passion must culminate in that one scream by her.
I can still hear that scream. She made me insane with that scream. You can play me any way you like, even dressed. But my arms must be bare, only my arms uncovered. Because look, my head on his shoulder and my arms around his neck. I noticed one little vein in my arm. It was pulsing so violently, as if it alone was unable to hide what I was feeling. I shut my eyes and rested my head on his chest, like this. Like this. And then, scream, Mama. Scream like you screamed that night. God damn you, scream! My daughter! My daughter! Please, Alma, can't you see it? My daughter!
Great! Marvelous! What a curtain!
Because we showed it as it really was.
I'm convinced, no question about it, a great curtain. All right, everybody, 15 minutes. I want to get some more of this down on paper. Wonderful. Set up for the next act. Set up for the garden scene.
What do you want?
Nothing. I'm just watching.
Oh, little darling. My little darling. How frightened you look with those big eyes. How strange all this must seem to you. We're on a stage. What is a stage? It's a place where people act at being serious. We're going to act in a play. But a serious play. Especially for you. Oh, little one. My little one. What an ugly part you must play. What a terrible thing has been thought up for you to do. For all the others, it's a game. But not for you. You must play in a real fountain, big and lovely and green. So many bamboo trees making shade. And little ducks. So many little ducks swimming around, cutting the shadows. You want to catch one. You want to hold it. Oh, no, Rosetta, no! Your mother isn't paying any attention to you. She's too busy with her real son. And I'm so obsessed with all these demons exploding through my brain and that boy. That boy who always seems like a beggar among us. What are you doing standing there? It'll be your fault, too, if she drowns. As if I hadn't paid for everything already by making you all come back to this house. What do you have there? What are you hiding? Let me see. Let me see your hand. Where did you get that? How did you get it? Answer me, you moron, you idiot! If I had been you, instead of killing myself, I would have killed one of them, or both. The father and the son.
I've given you half of my day. I've given you my actors. I would have given you my actors. I've taken abuse of your stepdaughter. You're telling me more and more about what theater is and what it isn't.
I understand you. But I'm not sure you're able to understand us.
But I understand you. Of course I understand you.
Now,
what are you telling me?
Don't get angry. Just listen. Now, for you, for all of you, this is, as it should be, a game.
A game? We're not children. We take our work very seriously.
I didn't mean it wasn't. I meant only that the game, the playing of your art, is meant to give a perfect illusion of reality. I'm only trying to help you see that it might be wise for you to question your own reality.
Oh, wonderful. You're telling me in all seriousness that this drama you've brought me here is more true, more real than I am?
Well, if your reality can change from day to day.
But of course it changes. It changes continually.
But ours does not, you see. That's the difference. It can't ever change or be anything else because it is fixed forever. And that is a terrible thing, gentlemen, for it is an immutable reality. Immutable! Why, it ought to frighten you just to be near us.
But I would like to know what kind of an immutable character can step out of his role and make speeches as you do, to explain himself, to propose ideas. I've never heard it before.
No? Well, then just imagine characters such as we are, suffering the terrible disgrace of being born out of an author who then decided to deny us life on stage. And then tell me that characters left like this do not have the right, indeed the duty, to do exactly what we have been doing here. And what we did do time and time again with our Creator. Persuading, begging, pushing, forcing, demanding our freedom. I did it. She did it. All of us did it, even that poor mother.
It's true, gentlemen. I tried to tempt him. So many times in the loneliness of his study. At dawn or at dusk, when he tightened in his chair, unable to turn on the light and let the shadows fill the room. Those shadows swarmed with us, coming to tempt him. If only all of you would go away and leave us alone. That mother there with her son. I with that child. That boy there always alone. Then I with him. Then I alone in the shadows. My life. What scenes I could suggest to him. I tempted him more than all the others.
Because you insisted the most. Because you wanted the most. That's why he left us.
Me? It was he who made me what I am.
Look, can we get to a scene? For God's sake, there is a scene here, isn't there, in the garden? All right, bring out the psych. Is anybody on the board?
Ernie's on the board.
All right, let me have some atmosphere, some moonlight. Blues!
Blues, Ernie, blues!
Good, good, that's it. Now, the little boy. Instead of hiding behind doors in the house, he might wander aimlessly in the garden here, maybe hide behind this trellis. All right. Okay, come on now. Come on, don't be bashful. Well, this is what you came for, isn't it? Is this going to be another problem? Attaboy, good. Okay, come on and I'll show you now. Watch me. I want you to hide here like this, huh? Good, you try it now. All right, now. Just move your head forward, just a little bit. As if you were spying. That's it, that's good. Now, the little girl. If she... Sit here by the fountain, that would give him a chance to say something to her.
Don't expect him to talk, not as long as that one is there. You have to send him away first.
Great. Fine. I couldn't ask for anything better.
Where are you going? Wait!
I have absolutely nothing to do here. So let me leave. Please, let me leave.
You have nothing to do.
Don't bother stopping him. He can't go away.
He has to play that terrible scene in the garden with his mother.
I don't have to play anything. I've said that from the beginning. Let me go.
Wait. Let me. Very well. Leave. God damn you, I said leave! See, he can't leave. He's chained. And the chain is hooked so deep inside him, he'll never leave. He has to stay here with that wonderful father of his and that mother there, without her children, his alone. Come on, Mama. Come on, get up. She's been waiting all this time to play this scene. Come on, Mama. Can you imagine how great her need for him must be, that she's willing to show what she feels to you actors? There, she's ready to live with her scene.
But I'm not. I'll stay here if I have to. But I repeat, I won't do anything.
You can make him, sir.
No one can make me.
I will force you to do it.
No. No, it's not true. There wasn't any scene between us. Let her tell you herself how it was.
It's true, but I am ready, and I'm here. Oh, dear God. If only you could show me a way that I could speak to him. A way of showing him what's ripping out my heart.
You will do it. Do you understand? You will do it for your mother, for her sake.
I will do nothing.
Obey me, by God, obey me. Do you hear what I'm saying? Are you my son?
I won't. Stop it once and for all, because I won't.
You have to. You have to play the scene.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
What in hell is this frenzy you're in? Don't you have any more self-respect left? Don't you have any more self-respect left than to open up your shame and ours in front of everybody? I will not do it. I will not do it. And I believe that is exactly the intention of the man who created us. Otherwise, he would have put us on the stage himself.
But you came here with
them. He came, not I.
Aren't you here too?
He forced us all to come, dragging us all here. And then just to please you, he agreed to combine what really happened, as if that wasn't enough, with what never happened.
Tell me at least what did happen. You left the room.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Why do you want to make me say it? It's horrible.
The little girl?
There, in the fountain.
His mother had followed him.
And then? I saw her. I ran over to pull her out of the water, but I felt something pulling me, something stopping me. I looked over in the trees, and what I saw there froze my blood. It was the boy. The boy had been standing there all the time with his crazed, empty eyes, watching his sister drown. I started towards him and then...
Is he really wounded?
No, he's dead!
No, he's not dead! It's an act! It's an act!
He's really dead!
It's a fake. It's a...
No! This is real! He's dead! This is reality! Reality.
Reality? Again reality? To hell with your reality! Lights! Lights! God damn it, I said lights!
They're gone.
What the... I've never heard of anything like this before. I've lost the whole damn day. Oh, all right, listen, everybody, let's go home. I'll see you all tomorrow, and I'll be on time. No sense in going on today. Look, I'll see you in the morning. And, kill the lights, will you?
Kill the lights.
Oh, for Christ's sake, leave one light on so I can see where I'm putting my feet.